blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air.
Hey, it's Beth here, episode 567. Okay, I had Killian on Saturday, and we went and saw that Somebody in the Purple Crayon, Harold and the Purple Crayon. But my friend Trisha had bought me an outfit from India. She was there for 6 weeks with her husband in Hyderabad. I don't know what anybody does in Hyderabad for 6 weeks, but there she was. She brought me back this outfit that had, it's blue and white, and it's a white background with blue flowers. I wear it. I just got it. I come out and I wear it for Killian. And it's got a little shawl, which is great because it covers my arms. You know, the little crepiness. And he looked at me and he goes, "You look good." I was like, wow. I think maybe when you get to be my age, you shouldn't wear black all the time. Maybe it looks really great when you're 30 and you're radiant and everything, but it was so sweet. So I was thinking about all the beauty tips, a hard one that I've learned along the way, which I might add, wear white or not a whole bunch of colors because that's just a crime scene. But maybe a little something that is kind of happy, to, help with everything else. I would have never bought this for myself. But I actually think even the guy who took my ticket, a guy I know because I go to the movies all the time, he kind of smiled at me. I guess they're looking at my outfit and not my face, which is a nice reprieve for them. So anyway, I'm thinking about adding that to my hard-won beauty tip repertoire. I'm not sure. I'm going to give that a little more time. But Killian started me on this. What I do know for sure is when you have your picture taken with your brand new grandchild, do something with the roots on the top of your head. I am not kidding. That's the angle of the camera. Everybody's taking cell phone pictures. Those pictures are going everywhere. Even if you just have to buy the little touch-up root kit right before you go, get those roots. Get them good. And just spend the whole box of that root tip on the top of your head. Have somebody help you if they have to. Because that is all anybody sees. They can hardly see the baby. And it's not adorable like all these movie stars when they dye their hair blonde and they have these adorable black roots. There is something off-putting about gray roots. Schnauzer gray roots. People do not like it. Me, I have this kind of two-tone hair because the front is a nice white. The back is Schnauzer gray. So I do dye my hair and it never looks good in a picture. It doesn't look as bad in real life as it looks in a picture. I can't help that. If I pull it back in a rubber band, all this little two-tone thing, this white in the front and box blonde in the back, is less horrific. But if you have normal hair, if everything's going great and you're dyeing it, just get those roots. You will thank me later. The second one, keep a pair of comfy shoes in your car. Go for it. Wear the little, kitten heel sandals when you go out to eat. If you're going to do something after that, like go to the movies, change in the car. If you're having your picture taken at a wedding and you want to wear heels, wear them. Bring a big purse and have the other pair of shoes in your purse. I'm telling you, you're not going to make it. I don't care if you were born in Venice. I don't care if you weigh 95 pounds. You can't do it. You can't wear high heels for 4 hours in our age group. Your feet look like pig's feet. It's not pretty. Even if it's not hurting, it's not pretty. So just let it go. Just let it go. After the pictures or after the restaurant, before you do even a play, you got to change your shoes. Because you think you take them off like discreetly when you're sitting in that play or that movie theater and you try to put them back on. Come on. If you're 70, 65, 70, Give yourself a break. It hurts. Don't do it. Nobody cares. Pictures, they care. That's it. Okay, here's my biggest one, and I've been working on this for 5 years. Slather body cream on. The expensive stuff, I don't care how rich you are. Well, maybe rich people can do it. Slathering expensive products, especially when they're in little bottles, even if you're rich, the bottle's going to be empty. It's a pain. Get yourself some baby oil, something like that, okay? And babies can't, their oil glands aren't mature enough to be working correctly. Your oil glands are too mature to be working correctly. Just slather it right after a shower. Just slather it on. And don't shower every day, okay? I know that's un-American, but you're ripping up any chance you've got of anything normal happening. Your skin needs a couple of days, 1 day at least, to just get even after that stripping of everything it's been trying to create. You're not the same person you were years ago, and it shows up on your skin. Another thing, and this is hard, because we are the age of those women that you knew, your aunts, your great aunts, that would every Saturday go to the beauty salon to get their hair done once a week. That's your hair now, okay? But what you got to do is, in Japan, they have these little cheap brushes. They're plastic. They cost $1. Buy one at the grocery store. Keep it in your shower. When you're shampooing your hair, use that brush through your shampoo to slough off, and I hate that word, the roots, the dead scalp, the whatever. Get rid of it. And then when you've got your conditioner on, just brush it in. And then afterwards, I don't care how good your water pressure is, you use that brush to get all the shampoo off of your scalp. That little tiny cute black brush is worth $1 million when your hair gets older, because it's a lot of dead, I hate to use that word, dead skin cells on your scalp, okay? This little brush will take care of it, and kind of jigger it, like go sideways on it, so you can actually, disrupt those dead scalp, get them out, get them off, and your hair will come back and be great, and you won't need to wash it as much, okay? So that's a biggie. It's going to take some work. You're going to have to trust me. You're going to have to trust me on that one, okay? Plus your little, oil, the little, everything that made you need deodorant, you don't need it very much anymore, okay? Things aren't juicy. Things aren't cooking like they were. I mean, use deodorant and all that. But that theory about every day, take a shower, so you'll stay fresh as a daisy. Believe me, you're never going to be fresh as a daisy again, so who cares? Give your skin a little break. I don't care what you're using, moisturizing body wash, forget it. Give it a day off. Of course, maybe you exercise. I don't know what you're doing here. If you do, or you jog or something like that, fine. I'm not talking to people like that. I'm talking to people like me who are not doing those things. You're not sweating much. You're not doing much. You're doing little things. I get it. You'll be fine. Just try it. Just try it and see if your skin isn't better. Okay? People say to me all the time, your hair is so thick and rich. And then they stop because they want to say for your age. I don't care if they say that. I know I'm 70. You're not surprising me. This is not coming at some odd angle and I go, oh my God, I'm 70? It's okay. Anyway, they say that to me. And I look them in the eyes and I say, yes. It's also very thick and rich on my legs. I still have a 5 o'clock shadow every day. That's the price I pay for hair on my head like that. But the thing is, I know how to keep it that way. I know how you can help it. And you're going to get mad at me because it sounds simple and it's so cheap. It's called flax. I was told, now this is off in another direction. I used to get pneumonia like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 4 times. Got it in Prague. Could not get rid of it. I don't even know what that germ was. But I was sick. Sick, sick, sick. Finally, I got a specialist, which I've never had before, except for infertility. But they didn't even call him a specialist back then. My first specialist in 40 years. I go to him. He's MD Anderson, smart as can be. I never get pneumonia again. I am so cured that I made an appointment for him over Christmas because I hadn't seen him in 3 years and I wanted to say hello. Specialists are great. This guy, smartest guy, told you everything, taught you things, never in a hurry, loved him. He was also, as a hobby, a debunker. That was his hobby. The only thing that he couldn't debunk, he was always debunking everything that people came into his office with that he had learned on the internet. The only thing he couldn't debunk was flax. He said this stuff is amazing for hair, for lungs, for weight, for regularity, for just off the chart. Crazy. Good for you. Good for dogs, good for horses, good for you. So I started doing it. And he said, get the whole grain. It's like $2.50 for a huge plastic bag. Go to the, in really great grocery stores, they have those huge bulk places where you just, find it in this huge plastic barrel and you get some, okay? It's cheaper that way. Just do it that way. He said it's fresher too. Get it, put it in the refrigerator every day, take out a tablespoon, put it in your coffee grinder that you've never used, and swig it. Or put it on your cereal. I swig it because I don't like it. I stop doing it all the time because I don't like being told what to do. Every time I stop taking this stuff, I think I'm addicted. I get those little skin tags and hard skin things, like crusty things on my chest. When I take my flax like a good girl, it all goes away. So, I don't do it correctly. It's supposed to be every day. I'd say I average 4 days a week. As long as I do that, I'm fine. If I go off it for 2 weeks, things go awry. So he was right, and I'm telling you, it's the cheapest thing I do. And I've told other people to do it, and no one listens to me, okay? They say you've got great hair. I tell them again, it's flax. Just like this doctor told me to do it, and I didn't want to do it. But it is flax, and it is great, and just keep it in your refrigerator, and don't buy the ground flax, because everything but its ability to help you regulate your digestive system gets lost, because it's a very fragile little seed, okay? That's all I've got, but it's true. Now here's another one you're not going to like. That's cheap. Pedialyte, okay? I know it's for babies, I know. But let's say you're going on a big date, or you're going to some place where your picture's being taken. You know how you get your little, on your fingernails, how you can tell you're dehydrated because it gets all pruny? It's not the only problem with your arms, but it's one of them. So the Pedialyte is better than all those other sports drinks because the water molecule is smaller, and it's smaller to go into an infant's little tiny veins. When you get older, your veins get little tiny too. And when you get dehydrated, they get littler and tinier. But with Pedialyte, the water can always go in your veins. So before you go, and I can't do a full vial of it. And I won't buy the big bottles because it's just another dumb bottle. I buy the little individual servings, which is a little piece of paper. It looks like a straw. I use half of it because it's really overwhelming and it really tastes terrible. But I do it and I stay hydrated. And my arms look better. They don't look great. They don't look anywhere near great, but they look better. Which is all I can give you. It's all I can give you is that we can look better. And here's the one I've been really hesitating. Okay? It's true though. You know, sometimes, not every day does my skin look terrible. I don't really know what it's about. I think it has something to do with sleeping. And maybe, I don't know. Maybe asparagus, I'm not sure. Like it it's, you know, it makes you have to go to the bathroom. I get that. I'm not sure. I'm not careful enough, and I don't care enough to figure it all out. But maybe those things that get the water out of your body aren't good for you. I don't know. I can't remember the name for that. But anyway, I do this stuff, and it's called O'Keefe's, and it's cracked heel cream. Maybe on a really bad day, I'll put it on my cheeks. There's one that's for cuticles too, and it's smaller. And if it's a really, really, really bad day, I use that. This stuff is in the grocery store. I think any cracked heel cream. And then I have one that is it's a tube. And I use that one when things aren't as bad. I'd say once a week I use one of these. Maybe twice a week. Probably just once a week. When it's all gone to pot. When everything is a disaster. I take, like today, and it's a little sticky. It takes a little while to rub in, to go in my skin, which is awesome because it's a wreck. And I'm telling you, this cracked heel cream on my cheeks works. I want you to just look in the mirror, take a deep breath, and tell me, come on, your cheeks aren't that great. Not anymore. They're not cracked heels, but this stuff is overkill. I want overkill. I want something that takes care of a cracked heel, which is an actual disaster for your skin. Put it on my cheek and have it work twice as hard on something that's not as bad. I'm telling you, it works. Okay, now, picture taking, horror of horrors. You cannot unsee what you look like in pictures. I've told Kit you can take a picture from my knee down. Okay? Nothing above my knee looks good anymore. Nothing. I mean, forget my thighs. I don't even know what kind of porridge that's supposed to look like. And I don't really care. I could put my cracked heel cream on my thighs, but I really don't care. Okay? I wore shorts on my birthday, turned 70, haven't had them on again. I can't deal with that much pain, that much acreage of bad skin. I have to just focus on probably from my chest up. Okay? So, here it is. You can't unsee a horrible picture of yourself. Alright? You've got a beautifully made up face because somebody's taking a picture and you're going to be in it and you don't want to be. I'm going to a baptism of a baby. I know I'm going to be in a picture. Be careful of the neckline, okay? So you've got this face, you've tried. I use Perbel. I know it's not really makeup, but it's very dry and I'm very sweaty. So, and it's so dry that I have to put sometimes a layer of baby oil on my face before I put it on. My skin isn't always the same. Every day's different. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, now if I'm going to have my picture taken and I'm wearing a V-neck, that face skin and that chest skin, it looks like two different bodies. It looks like somebody put the head on somebody else on this chest that has skin damage and age spots, and oh my God, it makes everything discordant. It's like, what's wrong with this picture? Okay? And the Perbel does not come off of my clothes. So I put a little bit there, and then, especially if you're holding a baby, this is a big one I forgot, put a little of whatever your foundation or Perbel on the back of your hands where you've got all those veins and all those age spots. Just a little tiny layer. It'll soften the picture in the camera. We're not going to look good. We just can look a little bit better than terrible. But yeah, you're holding that baby. Usually your hands are underneath, but what if you're looking at the baby's face and you have one hand up and you're just putting it on the blanket underneath the baby's face? What could be worse? What could be worse than comparing your skin to a baby's skin? It looks like a monster is trying to get to the baby. Okay? That's what it looks like. I'm not lying to you. It's just not good. Okay? So, little bit of something, just a tiny little layer of something on top of those age spots. You'll thank me later. Alright? That is the God's honest truth on that one. Nobody's going to tell you about me. Nobody. It's just not a pretty subject. You won't even hear about it at the makeup counters. They don't want to make you feel that terrible. I want you to feel that terrible. I don't want you to see a picture that could be even 10% better. I want you to just get the 10% better picture. Okay? The last one for now, and I've got others, but I know I'm overwhelming you. Try to get a good night's sleep. Most plastic surgeons who deal with women in our age group, if they want to do a very good job, if they're highly trained and have an ounce of class, they want to make you look like you had a good night's sleep. They don't want to make you look like someone is pulling your hair so tight that your face is being pushed back, or that you're in front of a, unbelievable wind turbine engine and your skin is being pushed back. They want you to look like you had a great night's sleep. I want you to look like you had a great night's sleep, especially if you're going somewhere. Like to a party, which, once every 4 years, this happens, okay? You got somewhere you have to go. Something happens. Somebody's getting married. Something's big. Okay, so you think you're fine. You're not fine. The night before, take a Tylenol PM. Don't have to take those doctor recommended pills if you don't abuse them. Don't take it often. Or if you really want to make sure it's a good night's sleep, take the liquid NyQuil, because it goes right into your system. That little pill has to be digested. That's hard for your body at 10 o'clock at night on an empty stomach. But the NyQuil goes straight into your system. Okay. Do it. Don't think you're going to be fine. You'll wake up at 1 o'clock. You'll be mad at yourself. Just do it. Okay? The last thing, I'm just throwing this in. I just saw yesterday Deadpool and Wolverine. Unbelievable. Made 48% of its money in America, 51% of its money worldwide. It's made $1 billion. Rotten Tomato gave it a 78. The audience gives it 95%. It was constant curse words. Almost entirely violence. No great story. The story didn't even make sense at the end. Whatever Wolverine wanted, he didn't get. Hugh Jackman gets nothing to do in this movie. There's no plot. They say, it's a Marvel love letter. Marvel Comics, Superman, there was always an emotional moment. He was up against something. He worried. He was insecure. He had to go deep inside to be a better Superman. There's nothing like that in this thing. It's almost cartoonish. So if you have grandsons and you want to take them, that's fine. There's a lot of cursing. There's a lot of inappropriate sexual humor that's supposed to be funny. It's a little bit not funny. There are some very good quippy lines. I will give it that. But even Jennifer Garner is in it. Okay, she's 52. She's got all these kids, teenagers, and she has to use the F word. I'm like, really? Can't you just let her be okay? Can't you leave her alone? It's so boring. So, that's what it was. I'm telling you, Harold and the Purple Crayon was great. And I don't know how old your grandkids are. This, he should probably see with his friends or his father or whatever. If you're a woman, if you're a man, if you're a grandfather, I bet it's fine. There's something about being a man that I don't understand. I don't understand all this violence. But I really would have been uncomfortable. I will not take Killian to see it. I don't want him to talk like that. And I don't want him to think I want him to talk like that. So, that's all I've got. And Ryan Reynolds is really a cute guy in real life. He's not really a cute guy in this movie. So, who knows? $1 billion. It's a lot of money, so I'm obviously wrong. But I think amongst our little selves and our little age group and our little worried about the next generation or the generation underneath that generation, we don't need to be supporting things that aren't good. So, anyway, that's what I've got. And don't forget my beauty tips, especially that holding the baby root situation. If I never do anything for you, and that is what I've done, oh my gosh, You're going to thank me. You're going to thank me. So, stay sane, and I will be back.
They fly so high, nearly reach the sky.